That looks good.
Hello and welcome to a chip off the old block toys. I'm Jeff and Greg's here, and today we're going to start with bag number 7 on Lego set 21338, the A-frame cabin part 2. I really hope we finish tonight. It's kind of a can't fail mission. This is as far as we've gotten. Bags 1 through 6 right here. Bag 7's next. So let me go ahead and set this aside, and let's get started. How was your day today, Greg?
It was just the same old, same old.
All right, fair enough.
So how was yours?
I actually had a pretty good day today. At work, I was supposed to have a meeting that I really didn't feel like attending, and at last minute, the person who organized it sent an email and said she couldn't make it. It's canceled. So that was a good start to the day. You know what I mean?
Last minute luck, huh?
Yep. And also, just in general, things have been going pretty well at work. I did receive one piece of news today at work that I didn't appreciate, but I'm happy for the guy. I won't name him, but one of my friends at work found another job and put in his notice today, and I'm gonna miss him because he's the kind of guy that if you need a little bit of help on the job, he's very knowledgeable. He'll take the time to show you how to do stuff, and even though he's extremely knowledgeable, he's a humble guy. Um, anyway, I'm gonna miss him because just a cool guy. So,
Uh, here's the Pagani.
oh, cool, man. How long did that take you to put that together?
About an hour.
And how would you say that stacks up to the rest of the recent ones?
Uh, it's not that bad. Ferrari and F1 is still ahead.
Okay.
Here's the new pieces for it. Left and
Okay.
right shoulder pieces.
Yeah, I
And
see.
here's
Okay.
and here's the new windshield for it.
Okay. So it's got some print on it.
Here's the one that came with the Porsche.
Okay.
See the similarities
Yeah.
because it's smaller.
Yeah.
It's scaled down.
Okay. Well, hopefully, hopefully I'll get mine in the mail soon. I ordered it, and I did get an email yesterday saying they shipped. So,
Mhm.
and wait a minute, it's not the car. I'm sorry. No, no, no. I made a mistake. The cars did not ship yet. It was the Speed Champions didn't ship. It was um, the original ones I bought. Oh, come on. I'm having a brain fart. You know what? I'm gonna have to look. Uh, let's see here. Lego.com. How many? Well, you probably don't want to know how many VIP points I have. Far too many. That's the answer. Okay, view order. Yes, it said it shipped. And my first order is, oh yeah, the helmets. That's right. Captain Cody, Captain Rex, Princess Leia, and of course the free moving truck. So that's my first order. And I looked it up and it said it should be here on Monday. So hopefully they're good on their word.
It
Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. So what do you think of the this build so far?
it's neat.
Yeah, I I like the amount of detail on this one. I think Lego did a really good job with like the wood burning stove, and it's got the pipe coming out just like it should, like a real one would. And um, It's also got the logs next to the fire. I think they did a good job on the detail. So, oh, and let me give you a quick update. So right after work, I went out to shop, and I've been working on the track, the train, ballasting the railroad track for the show coming up, and that's actually coming along pretty good. I'm about halfway done, and I have no plans this weekend except for to be out in the shop and to take care of this. So I should be able to get done just in time, and I'm expecting a package delivery tonight, and it has the rest of the pieces that I need to finish off the track. At least if I can count right, and if the Bricklink seller can count right.
You found another buyer?
What's that?
You found another seller?
I did. And I let him know my situation, that I kind of got burned on the first one and I really needed it. And the guy was real responsive and said, no problem, I'll ship it out same day. And he did. And that's what's supposed to arrive tonight. So I'm really hoping that UPS, it's UPS. I'm really hoping UPS does their job and does it right. Because no offense, but sometimes UPS doesn't do a good job. You ever seen the beginning of Ace Ventura?
Which one? The first or second one?
The first one where he's wearing the brown uniform, and it doesn't say UPS on it, but we all know it's supposed to be UPS. And he's dropping the package, kicking it around, and then he gets in the elevator and it's sticking out too far, and the doors crush it 3 times. If I wouldn't get in trouble for copyright, I'd play it, but knowing my luck, they'd catch me after the first 2 seconds and then yank the whole video. But yeah, that's what I think of when I think of UPS anymore. I think of Jim Carrey being the UPS guy in the beginning of Ace Ventura.
What I think about UPS is South Park.
Okay, I haven't seen that. What happened in South Park?
Where the husbands, where Randy, Butter's dad, think, I would say, but kids watch this channel too.
Okay. Yeah, I do got to be careful because I've got a nephew who's 9 years old, and he watches this channel pretty religiously. So, yeah, I don't want to. And his mom, she's my sister. She's a good gal, and she's a church going girl, and yeah, I don't want to set her off. So, no, that I like their support, so I don't want to lose that. We're now we're going to be working on a tree for a little bit.
I finished the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Oh, okay. Did you read the book or watch the movie?
Watch the movie.
Okay.
Man, that was a slog to get through.
Yeah, those are really long.
HBO Max only has the extended versions of it.
Okay.
Now I'm watching the Hobbit trilogy now.
Yeah. Let me know what you think of it. I don't know if you knew, but when I was a kid, they came out with the Hobbit cartoons, and they did the movies as cartoons. I have a friend who's a big Lord of the Rings fan, and he did not like the cartoon. He called them a travesty, but as a kid, I had not read the books yet, so they were fine. I didn't have a problem with them. But you know that saying is, right? You can't please everybody. Especially when your wife's named Jenny. Just kidding.
If she was here, if she was there right now, she'll make you sleep on the couch.
No, I definitely would have got backhanded for that remark. No, she's doing pretty good, actually. I talked to her today. If you don't know, when you're in the military, they make you do certain health checkups on a regular basis. And today was the day they're going to draw blood from her. So I was teasing her and telling her she's got to bleed for the military. Anyway.
1, ha 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 ha. 2, ha 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 ha. 3, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, she's a good sport, man. I tease her a lot, but she's a good woman, and I'm lucky to have been with her for the last almost 27 years.
I'm surprised she hasn't left you.
Well, sometimes I'm surprised too, to be honest. So
she was wondering. This man is cuckoo for Lego puffs.
Yeah, she probably does think that. We've got, I gotta say, we got a pretty good relationship where there's a healthy amount of teasing going on, and ain't nothing wrong with it. All right, so I've actually, I think it was the birch tree. No, was it the birch tree? No, because they did some in Star Wars, like the Endor sets. But I like the Lego trees. They're not one piece like the one we're doing here.
Yeah.
And this is actually really, wow, this is tough. This does not want to go in.
So I hope the Orient Express comes out this year.
Oh yeah, the train.
Yeah. You could build that. Could build that with your dad, though.
Yeah, I could, because my dad does like trains. In fact, I'm going to see him this next show. He's in it too. So I'm not sure where his display's at. We're on the first floor. I think. Well, I don't know. I can't say. But I thought I heard that he was going to be on the second floor, which means he has to pass right past me because our display is right next to the stairs. But yeah. Let's see. I'm getting lost here. There we go.
Only thing I did today is went out for dinner, and that's it.
Oh, you didn't work today?
Yeah, I did, but that's every day thing.
Oh, okay. You mean you just didn't do? I got you. I know what you meant. I had a Zoom meeting today with a guy, and I don't want to be negative, so I'm not going to be negative. I will say that it did kind of feel like multi-level marketing, which I am not into at all. In fact, I do not like it when my friends approach me with multi-level marketing. And I'm not saying that's what it is. There's not enough about the program yet for me to know. He did ask me, what my interests were as far as the program that he was talking about. And I told him I didn't have enough information yet and that I wanted more information so I could make an educated decision. So if he comes through with those links that he talked about, I'll go through it and take a look. I figure there's no harm looking at it. But no money's going to happen. Hey, Richard, how you doing? How do I like the cabin so far? I absolutely love it, Richard. I think that they did an excellent job when it comes to the detail. Like, I like how on the outside we're going to have a tree here, but the logs and how they're different lengths and stuff, and they've got different widths of logs and stuff. I think they did a really good job with trying to freshen this up, if you know what I mean. And how's your day been, Richard? Yeah, me and Enzo were hanging out in the shop a little bit after work. Well, a lot actually, because I even did that Zoom call outside in the shop. Been out in the shop ever since I've been off work. All right, so I'm almost done with the tree. I've got a little bit more work to do.
It's starting to warm. It's starting to warm up down here.
Man, I wish I could say the same up here. What was the temperature today?
Right now it's 76 degrees.
76. My goodness. So you don't want to hear about my 25-degree high today, do you?
Does Max go in the shop?
I have taken him out there a couple times. He actually pointed out a mouse nest to me, and so I was able to get rid of it. But I had to figure a hinge system for the sides of the roof. It falls apart way too easily. That's my only complaint, and my day's been great. Hey, awesome, man. Thanks for the heads up, because then now I know that I'm probably going to have a little bit of work to do on this. So what did you use to reinforce it? All right, so we got some more here. Well, we're almost on the next bag.
What's your next build after that?
Well, I'm thinking about doing a live stream. Here's the tree, first of all. I'm thinking about doing a live stream of me finishing the train engine shed, because if everything went the way I think it did, I've got all the parts here. I got 2 packages in the mail today, and the UPS one's supposed to be here like about right now. I'm going to set this aside. And now we're on to book number 2, which is bag number 8 as well. Hey, Greg, Richard's got a question for you there.
Oh, hold up, just. I live outside of Houston, Richard.
I used some hinge pieces at the top at the attic. They're kind of hard to explain, but I think I'm going to do something similar to the original design. Oh, okay, all right. And Richard, just out of curiosity, do you play any online games? Because I've seen a few people. Well, at least 2 of the games I play have a Richard Cranium, which, by the way, nice play on words. Yeah, they have a character name, or a person who plays named Richard Cranium. So I just wondered if you played any online games. All right, so we got these 2 figures. They're done and ready to go. And then well, Richard, I don't know if you're on Instagram or not, but if you are, you could, or if you're on Facebook even, I've got a Chip Off the Old Block Toys Facebook page. And I would love to see pictures, get some inspiration on how to make the roof a little bit stronger. And this is when I was putting the pieces out, this part right here looks very interesting. This room up here is pretty detailed. Other than that, I don't want to give it away. Of course, Richard, you already have a copy of it, so. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is very nice. I'm in Florida, and the weather is a similar temp. That's awesome. John, who's on here a lot of times on the live stream, he also lives in Florida. So I don't remember which part, but that's cool. And my daughter Amanda used to live in the Orlando area, but she came back to Utah. And here's a new piece. Lego has a similar one. It's only a 2x2 corner. This is a 3x3 corner. And I'm happy to see this piece because I could use this in a lot of different builds to strengthen it, especially at an angle. So anyway, let's see. There it is. Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
I think my Instagram is a chip off the old block toys, but I don't know. And shoot, my phone's charging. But you know what? Let me get up and look at it real quick.
Hey Richard, what set are you building right now?
So yes, it is just a chip off the old block toys. No spaces in between, just all one word. Let's see. And I am really happy that I had the time to lay out these parts. I did it right after the stream last night.
How's your son Spencer doing?
He's pretty good, actually. Him and some friends, they went on a mini little vacation to Virginia and got themselves a hotel, hanging out. He's supposed to come home late tonight. Well, not to here, but to his home. No set at the moment. I'm just cleaning the Lego room, and my current mock is putting a monorail in the city. Awesome. Are you using the original monorail pieces, or are you doing a modified? Because I've seen on a couple different channels and on Pinterest, I've seen a monorail that uses the more modern like roller coaster track. But anyway, I'm just asking you if what kind of track you're using. All right, so this is coming along. And I like the original monorail, by the way. I have the airport shuttle, and I have I think it was called Blacktron, if I remember right. But the space monorail, got them both. And I was lucky enough back when I was a kid to be able to buy the expansion pack on the track. Real happy about that. Oh, and some switches too I was able to buy. So.
Switches, huh?
Yeah, the original space monorail came with some switches.
I thought you meant the other switches.
What, the kind your mom hit you with?
Yeah.
Boy, I'll tell you what. I love my mom. I really do. But I'm going to tell you something. Growing up with her, if you talk back, you were going to get hit. She didn't fool around. Let me ask you a question, Greg. Can you remember back to your first Lego set?
I think it was General Grievous's Guards Starfighter.
Okay.
From the Clone Wars.
Yeah. Do you remember what year that came out, or what year it was you got it?
No.
Okay. Well, I know I know I've shared this story before, but I'm not sure everyone's heard it. My first Lego set was not a Lego set. It was actually Tyco. My dad, he was stationed in Japan, and when he was stationed in Japan, he picked up a little Tyco spaceship little thing. It was probably only about 100 pieces. It was a small thing, and I really liked it. And so my parents went looking for Tyco in the States, and they couldn't find it. Now I'm sure it existed. They just couldn't find it where we were at. And my parents instead said, "Well, Legos look pretty close. We'll just buy them a Lego." So for my 4th birthday, I got a Lego set, and that was my first actual Lego brand set. And I've got pictures of me opening the box at my birthday, and I've just collected Legos ever since. And it was a Lego bathroom set. That was what it was called.
It's pretty. That sounded pretty funny though.
Yeah, it was kind of weird because it didn't have minifigures. Well, I'm sorry, the child was a minifigure, but the grandma that came with it, she was one of those larger figures with the big heads, and the arms are connected, but then everything else is actual brick, like the legs and stuff. Anyway, just interesting, and I actually still have it. And the base plate was not a full 32 by 32; it was a little bit smaller, and it only had 2 studs around 3 edges, and then there was no studs like in the middle. I still have the cabinet. I still have all the pieces. And one of these days I am going to put it together.
You role play when you do number 1 or number 2 in it.
I guess you always could, right?
Or take a bath or shower or just use the sink.
Well, there's one thing for sure. You should never eat Legos. You'll start cracking bricks. So, Richard, thank you for following me. I appreciate that. And he says that airport shuttle is what I'm trying to get a hold of now. I have the first space monorail myself. There's a second space one. Okay. I did not get the second space one. I got the first space one. I still really much enjoy it. So that's not an issue at all. But that's pretty awesome, man. Yeah, imagine the monorail. I don't know. I haven't looked at prices, but I imagine they're up there. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing here? Okay, that's what I'm doing here. All right. All right. And see, that's what I'm talking about, the detail. I like the bed. I like the fact that it has a headboard. I like the map on the floor. There's a chestnut partially underneath the bed, a cup here. You got a bookshelf here with a bookend and some sort of toy. I really enjoy when Lego puts the effort in making this sort of detail in the sets. To me, it really makes the set more personable. And well, I got a lot of crap in my room, so anyway, kind of reminds me of my room too. Ooh, it does not like that piece. So let me. Oh, I didn't do it right anyway. Okay, good. All right. Oh, if you haven't seen the prices, don't start looking that bad, huh? Sounds pretty bad.
Next week I'm gonna go see Scream.
Okay. Is that I mean, that's a horror film, right?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, Scott's Blocks, how you doing? Oh, it's thousands of dollars? Holy crud. Yeah, I think it's off my list. Of course, I need to put I need to put everything I've got into that shop. I'm really, really trying to get that going faster than it has been. But it's priorities, man. I keep thinking I'm not going to buy any more Lego sets for a while. Then Lego comes out with something really cool that I got to have, and next thing I know, I don't have money for the shop. But that's a good problem to have. I'm not really complaining. That's just the way it goes, man. But I still got one more bag of insulation I got to put up anyway, because I told myself I'm not allowed to buy any more building materials till I use up what I have. I don't want to look like I'm hoarding. It already looks that way with the Legos. So anyway, let's see here. We're on bag number 9.
6 more bags left.
Yeah, you are most definitely correct. 6 more to go. Oh, they even hide a spider in here.
Imagine that thing moved.
Oh, if this thing moved right here, this whole table would be flattened. I promise.
Oh, come on. Charlotte just wants to play. Or Shelob.
You know, Richard, I never really thought about that. It's actually probably a really brilliant idea, is to go for a set that's maybe missing a couple of pieces, but is mostly complete, and it's only missing little nuisance pieces that you probably wouldn't miss anyway, that you have in your collection. My main concern would be the motor, to make sure the motor's okay. Now, I'll tell you a true story. My sister, who's younger than me, she's 4 years younger than me. I bought the airport shuttle. I put it up. I put it together. I put it up on the table where I kept all my Lego sets. And I came home. I went to work and came home, and my monorail, my airport shuttle was busted. And so I was getting upset. My sister wasn't home. And then when she got home, the first thing she said to me, she says, "I am so sorry. I just wanted to see it. I turned it on, and I'm sorry it fell off the table. I know it's broke." And my sister, I was upset at first, but seeing the look on her face and the fact that I really don't feel like she did it maliciously, she just made a mistake, just an accident, you know. And so I ended up contacting Lego, who I explained to them what happened, and Lego was really awesome about it. Even though it was my mistake or our mistake because she dropped it, Lego was like, you know what, it kind of, it sucks basically to have a brand new set and have it broke already. The guy was like, "I'll just mail you out a new one," and they did. They mailed me out a new motor for free. So really awesome of them. They've got great customer service. Oh yeah, moving truck. That's awesome, man. Your jazz clubs modifications. Yeah, I was that you working on it on Cliff's stream, Scott? I think it was you. Yeah, that was pretty cool, man. I like what you're doing to it. And let's see. And now that I have a moving truck, I've got more items for the interior. Yeah, I really like the moving truck. They did a really good job of making it retro looking, and even the items inside look retro. And I've got a customized mock I'm going to do using a couple moving trucks. Don't want to reveal what it is just yet, but I promise you I'm going to do it. And I do promise I'm going to get back to the city as well. My lug really needs my help this time because only 4 of us can make it to the show when there's usually about 12 of us. So I had to step up to the plate and help out, or else we wouldn't have much of a show. But I am going to get back to doing my city just as soon as the show is over. I'm missing my city. Yeah, Lego is their customer service is really good. In fact, I just put together the diner a couple months ago for my show, for one of my shows, and the diner, several of the reddish brown pieces broke on me when I was just putting it together with very little force, and all I had to do was call them up, and they were just like, "Yeah, we'll send it right out." And they did. So they replaced all the reddish brown pieces in that set. So they do have great customer service.
I'll be right back.
All right. Oh shoot, I missed a couple things. Let me remedy that situation. Oh, where's my mouse? There it is. All right. Oh, I know I have the pieces here. There it is. You know, most of the time when I'm missing pieces, it's just me. It's not actually the set. Oh yeah. Oh no, brittle dark red. That's awesome. They replaced them all. Yeah, they were really cool about it. Like, didn't even really ask any questions. The only question she did ask me was, how many of them would you say are broken? I said over half. And when I said that, she was just like, "Oh, well, if it's over half, and we'll just send it out to you, all of them." I was like, "Okay, I'm not gonna argue with that."
At least you got the other half for your parts log.
Yeah, and I mean, they won't go to waste. I mean, I'll certainly use them up just as soon as I can. And that's I think I told you guys I bought 200 pounds of used Lego back in October. I'm still going through it, man. I don't think I'm ever going to do that again. I'm not trying to complain. It's great that I could get it for the price that I could, but I'm already so busy that I really just don't have the time to go through and figure out, like what pieces they are and stuff. And I did notice a couple of sets that were brand new in there, like the truck with the orange track, the little ride. That's in there complete. I already have one, so let's see. I don't get where this is supposed to go. They had me put it in here, but they should have had me put in before they put that little thing in there. My city hasn't changed much from my old video. Unfortunately, I need to do some kind of expansion of my table space. Yeah, space is always a problem. And Scott, I don't mind, dude. If you want to drop a link to one of your videos in the chat here, that is more than acceptable and welcome. I always think it's cool to share stuff, share links and stuff. So okay, so it is kind of funny in my shop right now. You're right, Scott. Time, money, space, the holy Lego Trinity. That is definitely. Yeah, I was going to say right now, I've got that installation on like half of one of the walls. And it's really funny. If you're up against that wall, like it was 25 degrees out today, but I've got the thermometer like just a few feet away from that wall. Well, that wall was 41 degrees when the rest of the shop was like 25 because of the insulation that I do have in there. So I just need to keep going with that. But I do got some drainage problems around the shop that's going to require me to put some money into a French drain around the shop and some time because, well, I don't have much time. I ain't got much money, but I got more time than I got money. So that means I got to do the work myself for the most part. Now, my neighbors next door, they do own a backhoe. And he has mentioned in the past that if I ever need something, he'd be happy to help. So I'm going to reach out to him and just see if he's willing to bring his backhoe over here in the spring and dig up the hole for me. And then I'll drop the gravel in the pipe for the French drain in there. The sad thing is the other house I owned in Layton, Utah, when I lived there just about 2 years ago, I put a French drain in. So I know how to do it. It's just I sold the house. So now I'm here and I need to do it again. So the fun of moving. All right. And this is actually one of my favorite touches to this whole thing is this little birdhouse. I'll show it to you here. I like the little birdhouse they put on there, just right outside the window. A friend of mine's mom used to like to put those hummingbird feeders right outside the windows, so that she could watch those. So I mean, that's true to life. People like to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a bird person myself, but
my great grandma was a bird person.
Did she have a favorite kind of bird?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, my grandmother's married name, last name was Bell. And after she got married, she started collecting bells of all kinds. All right, so let's throw this on here. And
wait, she loved doves.
What's that?
She loved doves.
Oh, doves. Yeah. The bird of peace, right?
Yeah.
It's better that they be the bird of peace than pieces of birds, right?
Yep.
Sorry, dark humor, man. Now this here, for the next little bit, it's ×2. So I laid out the pieces in such a way that instead of having to flip the pages, I can just do the 2 and then flip the page, and I don't know if I'm making any sense there. But yeah, collecting Lego is just, I just think it's the best thing. And I don't care what people say. I've had some experiences. My wife being in the military, we lived in Germany, which was 2008 to 11. I remember that, and I am going to swear because this is how it went down. My wife and I, we have a soft spot for single soldiers, because especially overseas, because it's hard. They don't have family. And it was around the holidays, around Thanksgiving, Christmas. And my wife calls me up one day and she says, we got this girl in our unit and she don't have any family out here. Do you care if I bring her over for lunch? I was like, no, I'm cool with that. So she brings over this girl and, she, just the friendly questions about, who we are, kind of stuff, and a little bit about us. And I told her that I collected Lego. Well, she says, really? Can I see your collection? I was like, yeah. So we walked around the house, and of course we had a bedroom that was dedicated to Lego. And then the other thing we had was that the way that our apartment was set up, it used to be two, and so it had two living rooms, and of course the second living room was all Lego as well. And so this gal, she sees all my Legos, and she was kind of rude about it, and she says, "What is a grown ass man doing playing with toys?" And I was going to respond, and it wasn't going to be very nice. And I think my wife sensed that. And my wife, before I could say anything, my wife says, "You know what?" My wife said, "I am glad that this grown ass man plays with toys." She said, "Because I always know where he's at. He plays with the kids with the Legos. He's not out in bars getting into fights. He ain't with another woman."
There's no competition for her.
Yeah. And my wife just looked at her and said, "I'm glad that this grown ass man plays with toys." And you almost had to be there to pick up this lady's jaw, because I think she was really surprised about my wife's response. Of course, I'm very supportive of my wife and her hobbies. She likes to sew, and she likes to sew all kinds of things. Her favorite time period is the Renaissance, and so she does capes. She does Renaissance era dresses. She likes costumes in general. So yeah. And hey, John, how you doing? I never got the alert. Sorry, man. I did put it out, but I know you're not the only one to tell me that sometimes you don't get the alerts, and that's just thinking YouTube. So same could be said for Lionel trains. Yeah. Yeah, some people do say that's toys, but I don't consider them toys. And seeing as my dad collects trains, I'm certainly not going to call it a toy. I think it's awesome. Plus, I see like model railroading is different though. If you want to change something, you can't just do like Lego, take it apart and reuse the same pieces. You got to rip up that area of the layout and you got to redo it, which probably makes it more expensive than Lego. Okay, let's see here. But my dad, I like the tricks that they use to make the water and some other, like the mountains, the plaster of Paris and stuff. And I've actually helped my dad do some of that stuff. So I think it's pretty cool. Let it when searching for you. Oh man. Well, I'm sorry you had to search for me. It's not too kind of you two to be like that, but
I'm gonna leave for a minute.
All right. Well, you've got the link to come back in.
Okay, bye.
So, all right, man. Thanks. All right. Let's see. So, how was your day today, John? I know some of you already heard this part, but I'll repeat it because I know you weren't here at the beginning of the stream. I actually really had a good day today. There was a meeting at work that I did not want to attend, and at the last minute, like 5 minutes before the meeting was supposed to start, I get this notification saying that the person had some sort of reason, I don't remember what, that she could not attend the meeting, so she canceled it. So I hate to say it, but that made for a good day because sometimes I don't know why I'm invited to certain meetings because I have nothing to contribute, and I mean nothing. So I'm always grateful when I don't have anything to contribute and to cancel a meeting because that means I don't waste my time. But anyway, yeah, it's all good, man. You are right, Richard. Doesn't matter how cool or expensive it is. If it's not makeup or clothes, women always call it toys. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, guns, we call it toys. We all call it toys. Yeah, you know what? Um, my friend Jim, someone, it was really funny. They asked him if he had a hobby. And Jim said, yeah, my hobby is to collect hobbies. Of course, my friend Jim, he's into a lot of different things, model trains, Lego. He's into rebuilding the cars. I mean, the guy's led a really interesting life, and I really enjoy being his friend. He's actually a member of the board of trustees for our lug. So I really do appreciate that friendship that I have. Let's see. We've got a lot of, this is actually coming along pretty well. Like I said, I laid out all the pieces as far as I could. The only thing that's left is the last 3 bags that I could not lay out. And that's because I didn't have room on the table. But it looks like that's a plate with some trees on it. So I don't think that's going to be too terribly bad. And like I was saying earlier, I really feel like, I'm like looking around for pieces right here. This is kind of do or die tonight. I really need to get this done tonight because I've got the other stuff to work on for the show coming up. And believe it or not, a week from tomorrow is when we're going to be at the show starting the setup. It's almost already here. I know one thing, my thumbs are sore from pressing down on all these bricks, man. Oh, and John says, you're not wrong. And no, he's not. He's spot on there about being called toys. And let's see. John says, how sick is that? He bought arcade games from the 80s. That's awesome. So, John, I took a look at your pictures, and if I'm looking right, it's not just one arcade game, right? It's an actual arcade, like, but it has different games you can play on it, not just like when you go to like Dave and Buster's, where if you buy a game, it's just one game, and that's all you play. It has multiple games on it. If so, man, that's really cool. I'm hearing some noises outside, but I've got my cameras up there and ain't nothing going on, so it's probably just one of the cats messing around. Yeah, it has 5 games on. Okay, that's cool, man. It's like loading ammo into a clip. Yeah, it has 5 games on. Okay, Pac-Man has 7. Asteroid. Okay, that's cool. I'm glad to hear that, man. I was thinking today, I need to go on vacation, man. No particular reason, just need to go on vacation. And if I could go on vacation, I would love to go back to the Bahamas. That was my absolutely hands down favorite vacation I've ever taken was the Bahamas. There's certainly a conversation point. That is awesome, John. It's truly awesome. Any more cool videos with Rue in it? Sorry, I haven't. I don't get notifications when you post a video, and I've turned on notifications, so I don't know what's up with that. I think what we're going to have to do as a lug is we're going to have to do a train track ballasting party. Got a long way to go. Yeah, I just haven't posted them yet. Okay, all right. As long as I ain't missing something. I mean, something is missing, all right, but I borrowed that from Seinfeld. You know, I will tell you, I had a funny experience because a friend of mine, he's a truck driver, and he stopped by yesterday unexpectedly. He lives up in Wyoming, so I don't see him very often. In fact, only every couple of years. But he happened to have a load coming through here, and he called me. He says, "Hey, what you doing?" So anyway, he stopped by, and you know, being that he's a truck driver, he said to me, he goes, "You know, I noticed you don't really swear in your stuff. Why is that? Because you swear in real life." I said, "Yeah, you're right. You're right." I said, "Well, you remember that episode?" Or I'm sorry, let me back up. I said to him, I said, you know, I've got young people watching my show, and I know that, like my 9-year-old nephew. And I said to him, I don't want to be like that episode of Seinfeld where Jerry taught that kid the F word and he kept saying it. I mean, of course, they beeped it out, but you knew what it was. And my friend Tim got a kick out of that. And that is precisely why I don't want to have kids like that. And John says, I learned that I can edit videos with iMovie. Awesome. I use of course I don't have a Mac. I've just got a regular PC laptop, but it has some software came with it, and it's okay. But sometimes if I want to do picture in picture, or if I want to do some special things, I actually bought some software for that, and it wasn't expensive. It was like $70, and it's a one-time deal. You don't have to ever buy it again, and I pretty much use it for all my stuff. It lets me add music in the background. It lets me do the time lapse. Actually helps me do a lot of things. I mean, I'm sure I could do it with the regular software, but this just makes it so much easier. All right, so see, we got 2 roof pieces going here. We do have some more to go here, so it's not like we're done, but and that is pretty cool. Let's see. Well, the show starts set up on a week from tomorrow, and the show is on Saturday and Sunday. I will have just enough time to drive back to go to bed on Sunday so I can start work on Monday. I'm not complaining. Actually, that's all right. But I usually do drive home after these shows, and the reason why is that I've got $15,000 to $20,000 worth of Legos in the bed of my truck, and I don't have any way to secure it because I have those boxes on the back of my truck, those totes, and then I've got the wooden box around it, but there's no way to secure it down, and I just don't want to offer free Lego to anybody. Okay, so let's do this. I need to learn how to use something like that. It wasn't John, you're a smart guy, and I've known you for a long time, and not trying to patronize you by saying that. Learning it wasn't that hard. There are a few videos online on YouTube on how to use it, and I would just look up, like, you know, how to do picture in picture, how to do, you know, and there was usually a short video associated with it, so it just made it real easy. Okay, let's so I highly recommend it, John. I also I've been thinking about working on an intro for my for everything, but I just god dang, man, all my spare time is just gone. No matter which way I slice it, I don't have any. Okay, we need to do the other side. And I like this reddish brown for the roof. I think it makes it look really groovy. And yeah, I'll use a word like that. So hopefully those helmets arrive soon. And then I ordered all the Speed Champions. I ordered all of the Harry Potter like little book scenes. You know, they look like they fold up into a book, but when you open them up, it has a scene from the movie in there. I ordered all that. I think it was 4 of them, maybe 5. So those should be here. I don't know. I didn't get the email that it shipped yet. So it's really hard to say. And yes, I did not screw that up. Thank goodness. You know, I put 15 Bricklink orders in last week, and all of them but 2 have arrived. So hopefully that means that I'll have some good pieces for the city. Of course, they all came in, I will. And if I've got some good pieces for the city, that means I've got some good videos coming up for the city. I am excited to get back to it. Unfortunately, I had to take a temporary hiatus because we got into the show at last minute and kind of threw everything for a loop. But believe me, I have been thinking of it. And as I've been ordering parts, oh shoot, I messed that up. As I've been ordering parts for the train tracks and the ballasting, I've been looking to see if sellers have pieces that I need for the city. So I've actually been ordering for both projects at the same time. And it's kind of cool when you do that, though, because you save on shipping. Minimum shipping anymore is like $5. So whenever I can get a break on that, I'm all for it. Gangbusters on that. And I made a video just as a follow-up. I made a video about a Bricklink order where I spent almost $600. And to be honest with you, it's just crap. The pieces that were sent were all supposed to be new. There was some old dark gray mixed with the light bluish gray, the newer color. The problem is I said that wrong. There was some dark bluish gray mixed in with old dark gray. They quit making that color in 2006, so it is not new. And I noticed that some of the plates had scratches on them and some other stuff. So I was highly upset with that. And I sent something to the guy, and he didn't respond. And so I was quite upset with the whole thing. And yeah, I could see how this would come off real easy. So anyways, I called PayPal, and I was able to get a resolution to it. They gave me my money back for the missing pieces, not the whole order, just the pieces that are missing. And of course, the seller didn't respond to my emails. And it was only after he saw the chargeback hit his account that he gets a hold of me and goes, "Oh, I didn't realize you had a problem with your order." And it's like, I don't know how you didn't know. I sent you a message or 2. And when I filled out the complaint with PayPal, they send you an email. So there's no way he didn't know. Well, now he's saying he'll make good on it, but I wrote back to him and said, "Too late, buddy. I already got my money back for the missing pieces, so I don't really care." And I haven't heard from him since I said that. So, and I already ordered from somebody else, so why would I care? I've got what I need. I like how they're doing this. These little rocks right here. And I can tell you another thing, man. When I'm done with all this building of the train track, I'm going to have to take a night and just clean off my table, because my table with the city, you wouldn't know a city's in there underneath all that. You really wouldn't. And I think what I'm going to do as a nice gesture is, I've got some good neighbors next door, and I think I'm going to head over there right after this live stream and give them some eggs. Okay, wait. What? Oh, there it is. I'm like wondering what the heck. I get it now. No, I've got some good neighbors next door, and they've got like 6 kids, 7 kids, something like that. I don't know. But I figure they could use some eggs. And since I got rid of the mice in the chicken coop, I've got more eggs than I know what to do with now. It's kind of nice. Hey, Jim, how you doing? You can come up and remove the extra parts for me anytime, man, anytime. How's your evening, Jim? It's good to see you. But I'm about halfway done ballasting the tracks, by the way. Shoot, I'm not paying attention here. But yeah, I'm about halfway done. My tiles are supposed to be here tonight, the 1x1 dark reddish brown, and that will give me all the pieces I need to finish ballasting the tracks. So I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. According to UPS, it's going to happen. Tammy says hi. Well, I say hi back. And no, I'm not. Hi, that is. So how's your day been, Jim? I actually forgot to mention this. I actually filed my taxes today. Federal, that is. I didn't do my state ones yet, but I got the federal ones out of the way. They're the most important. No, I'm just kidding. They're all important. You don't want to mess with any of them. Okay, so I'm missing a piece, which means I'm probably responsible for that. I don't see it though. I don't see it in the extra pieces. I don't see it at all. Oh, that's because they made a mistake. They have it one color in the box of the pieces you need, and then when you look at the actual instructions, they use a different color. So, all right, thank you, Lego. Yeah, nice. Looking forward to running trains in a week. So am I. I think this is going to be a great show. I'm really glad we got in, and I hope this helps out all of us, the club, the channel. I just hope it helps us all out. Okay, let me. There we go. Well, I actually used TurboTax this year, and the bank that I belong to, they offered TurboTax free to military active duty. I don't know if that's the same for retirees or not, but yeah, that's what I filed through. And I decided to get it done today because I've been procrastinating it, and I know I'm procrastinating. It was just time to get it done. It has been long, left work late, and missed boxing. Yeah, man. Yeah, Jim, I think that's really cool that you do boxing. Jim does it as a I guess exercise routine, and I think that's pretty cool. Oh boy. And we got this I don't know what he's otter. So do you have any new builds that you're going to stick out for this show, Jim? And see, I like how they put it on the side to make it look like a rock. That is pretty cool. And I do think that Lego did a really good job with this particular build, with all the little I don't want to call them Easter eggs, but little details. That's what I mean. Inside the log cabin, there's quite a few of them too. All right. And we get a frog too. The thief of time. Yeah, it really is procrastination. Of course, I saw a T-shirt once that I bought from one of my sisters, and it said, "Procrastinators unite tomorrow, maybe." And yeah, there's a reason, because my sister's a procrastinator. Boy, I'm glad she doesn't watch my YouTube. If she did, she'd kill me. All right, so we got. Oh boy. Like to get the police station done. Been spending more time sorting the building. I totally get that though. And I mean, I totally get that. It's just the way things go sometimes. I know with my builds, I'm having to balance things out because I also want to work on the shop and can't do it all at once. So, and buy new sets and buy pieces for my builds. Yeah, I have to kind of balance things out there. Okay, so now we're to the point where I did not lay out bags, but the bags that are left are kind of small. And like I said earlier, this is going to be a live stream till it's done, mainly because I cannot afford to spend any more time on this. This is definitely a situation where I've got to get it done. And like I was joking earlier, in the military, my wife would call this, or her command would call this, a no-fail mission. And that's what I'm on tonight. No-fail mission. Got to get it done. Of course, all bets are off if the power goes out, because I think I told you guys, I don't know if you guys remember, it was back in October. I was doing a live stream, and it was actually going pretty well. And I thought about sticking around to finish the build, and I just said to myself, I'm going to end it right here, and I didn't know why. And as soon as I ended the live stream, power went out. Why? Because we had a little bit of ice, and somebody decided to take the road too fast. They flipped the car on the side, they hit the power pole, and they perished. So there was a fatal accident, and it was literally like right here on the highway. I could see the sirens from my window out here. That's how close the accident was. I actually even heard it, and it happened like within 5-10 minutes of ending the stream. So I'm really glad I did end the stream when I did, because otherwise y'all be wondering what happened to me, and I'd have no way to communicate with you that, hey, things went sideways, literally. I had that one of Bad Spellers of the World, untie. That's awesome. Instead of unite, untie. I'll tell you a true story. Go to Microsoft Word and type in UNDIST. Now, why would I use that term? Because I used to collect on medical claims, and I used to follow up on them and call insurance companies, see why they didn't pay. And sometimes we would get money from an insurance company, and they would say it was for a patient, but they wouldn't tell us what data service. They wouldn't give us any details, basically. And so we would apply it to the patient's account, but it would go into the undistributed category instead of like on an actual visit or procedure. And so we used to use the term undistrib instead of typing it all the way out. Well, I remember that the first time I did that, Microsoft Word will take undistrib and it will auto-correct it to nudist. And I remember the first time I did that, I didn't catch it, because I used to write my notes in Microsoft Word, and then I used to copy and paste it into the program. It was easier to type on Microsoft Word. And I didn't catch it, and I got dinged big time because they did quality audits on us, and that happened to be the one they pulled. And I didn't even realize that it did it the first time. Okay. So I ended up getting dinged for it, and then I went back to my computer and figured out what happened. So I went to the person that reviewed it, and I was like, wait a minute now. That's not really fair. And I said, come over here, let me show you. So I typed undistributed in the computer, and she saw what it did, and she goes, oh, I didn't realize that either. Let me correct that. So I ended up getting a passing score on it instead of the failing score for typing nudist. So anyway, talk about bad spelling. So I used to, that was a long time ago. I used to follow up on insurance claims. I kind of miss those days because I actually enjoyed doing it. I did workers' comp claims, and sometimes I would see, because of HIPAA things, I'm not allowed to say names, so I won't give any names. It doesn't matter. I don't remember them anyway. But there were a couple of times they were famous accidents or things that would happen, and I would see that patient in my queue to follow up on their stuff. And, I was rooting for them because I knew what happened. So that was kind of cool to be able to do that. Okay, so let's, this is a huge tree, man. Okay. Oh boy, I'm losing it. Well, I lost it a long time ago. Never found it, but yeah. Oh, and also, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday is AFL Day, and at your local Lego store. And if you don't know what that is if you belong to a lug, you're considered an AFL, and they have discounts like 15% off. And I can't remember what the exact rules are, but all I know is it's a percentage off, and I don't miss those. And yes, Jim, I did go on iLug and asked them to add the sticker to my VIP card. So hopefully they will. I did that this morning. All right, let's do this. Ouch. It's not fun when you pinch skin in this stuff. Well, at least it means I got some skin in the game, right? All right. This is bag number 14, and then 15, and we're done. So we are definitely cruising right along here. And I also have to say I'm grateful that this show that we're coming up on is going to be a local show. That way there's no hotel costs. It's just a little cheaper. So you got to appreciate those small breaks when you get them. Mine was updated today. Okay. How long did it take them? I mean, I'm not getting excited. Like I said, I just did it this morning. So, but it would be nice to have an idea of how long it takes. And this is just multiply times 5 times, doing this, but sometimes it feels like longer. In fact, I don't know if you guys saw that joke. It's kind of an old one. For the Roman Colosseum, they showed you building this arch and it said times 200. Well, it doesn't actually exist in the instruction book, but it was just a joke representing the amount of repetition that was going to be in it. All right. Less than a week. Okay. Yeah. So do you think we'll see my buddy at the AFL store, at the AFL event? I won't mention any names, but Jim knows who I'm talking about. So does Tammy. Okay, let's see. This one's just times 3, so not too bad. Let's see. That's correct. Yes, it is. Okay. I'm really liking this lapel mic and trying it out. And I got lucky. I went on Amazon and the lapel mic was only like $25, and it comes as a 2-pack. All right. So tomorrow night, I'm hoping to do another live stream because I have all the pieces in to finish the train shed. That's assuming that the package that UPS says they're delivering tonight, they actually do. If they don't, I don't have all the pieces. But I'm just assuming in good faith that's what they're going to do, because that's what the tracking says they're going to do. And if they come through, then I've got pieces for it. And I would like to do a live stream tomorrow where I finish up the train shed. But like I said, that's all dependent upon UPS actually delivering. So I unfortunately cannot put a link to it, because I don't ever like putting links out and then saying, haha, just kidding, we're not doing it. So I will wait to open the package. Well, first of all, the package has to come here. And second of all, I have to verify the contents of the package. But assuming that it all goes the way I think it's going to go, we will be having a live stream tomorrow, finishing up the train shed, which I'm really excited about. And it's the weekend, so always good stuff. Of course, my weekend is going to be spent doing various things for the show, mostly ballasting the tracks. But I've got a little bit of design to do, because I've got to build the switching area. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I got to build the switching area for where the coming off the main line where it goes to the train shed. So I got a little bit of that to do. And I'm not really sure. I've thought about using regular switches. I've thought about using a different kind of switch. We'll just have to see. Okay, so here's this tree, and we're gotta make this tree not so barren. So let's open the last bag here. Yeah, now it's for the exciting part, the end. I'm just kidding. You guys watch the Muppets, but those two old guys in the balcony. I like the show. It hasn't started. That's what I like about it. Anyway, they were always my favorite two characters in the Muppets, because they were always trolling back before we used to even call it trolling. They used to troll. They're good people. They're funny. Speaking of the Muppets, I remember the show when Steve Martin visited them. And also the meme that said that I finally remember what Zoom calls remind me of, and it's got the beginning of the Muppets with all the Muppets like in the little arches. Got to do 5 of these. But we are going to be done here in the next 10, probably less than 10 minutes, actually. One more of that. Yep, sure enough, here we go. So we got the same thing as the other tree. The bottom branches first. And I actually think this is a really cool idea for trees. I can definitely see myself copying this or being heavily inspired. I've got plenty of foliage to do more of this, so. But I don't have too many of these dark green little petals, though. I'll have to see what those are going for online. Yikes, that kind of hurt my finger there. Three of those coming right up. Well, if Greg was still here, he's always asking about Max, the cat. Max is actually doing a little bit better. Max was very sick there for a little bit. In fact, I kind of thought he wouldn't be around much longer because of how sick he was. But Max has pulled through. He's still sneezing a little bit here and there, a little bit of coughing. Yes, cats can cough. I know it sounds weird, but they really do. And he's doing better overall. I mean, but he's still recovering. All right. Slide this over. The nice thing about this foliage is that if you've got other pieces in your collection, you can do other things to this. And I always enjoy, that's actually one of my favorite parts, is getting a true Lego set and then spending the time doing a little bit of modifications to it to kind of, give it my own little flavor to it. It's perhaps my favorite part. Okay, when you stick the bird in the tree, oh boy. And the oars go in here. Got a few extra pieces. Oh, the canoe goes in here. It goes across. Oh, I see. Okay, so if I'm looking at the front, okay. See if I can get it all in the camera here. Back it up a little bit. There we go. All right, so set number 21338 is complete. And I really appreciate you guys joining me for tonight. It was a little bit longer than usual, but it was a good one. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on all notifications. And all right, guys, be good to each other. Stay safe out there, and hopefully we'll have another one tomorrow night.